Hello everybody, ALLOS here, also known as Sketching Creations, still butchering my own name, and welcome back to some more Portal 2, where we're looking at some more of my extra maps you've never seen before. Today we're starting out in a familiar location, the Chamber Zero short-term relaxation vault, but something's different. You step outside here, there's this weird little screen facade here. What is this about? Oh, would you look at that? It's a mirror into another time. It's also very glitchy physics-wise. As you can see, it shows what you're looking at, but in another time period. Isn't that fancy? Also, the game really doesn't like you holding it. But look at that. It's like a camera into another world. Isn't that nifty? Here I go with that word again. There you can see through it. It's like another world, I guess. I'm very good at words, as you can tell. Maybe this all would have been better as like a text commentary instead of like me just rambling and stuttering over everything. Look at that, though. But that's not all. You might have seen this button. If you press it, it's supposed to become a portal, but it might be broken. Turn it back off. So you can move us somewhere else. Let's try from here. Does it work now? No. Well, what's supposed to happen is that when you set it down, you can activate it to where instead of a monitor, it becomes a portal into the other side. Maybe I broke it by moving the portal, because world portals are very sensitive. This is a little mechanic, and I tried something similar to this in another map made for Gmod, which I'll show later on. But let me just restart the map real quick. Alright, so let's try turning it on without moving it. And there we go. Moves through it gently. Look, we're on the other side now. Yeah, no, I disable motion when it's activated. But look at that. It's like magic. It's like magic, like Alton Brown once said. Look, we're on the other time period now. Isn't that cool? However, you're not allowed to move this while you're on this side. Isn't that interesting? Turn it off again. Can I turn it on again? Yes. Can I move it, though? I guess it's a very old mechanic. It's like if I move it here, will you work? No. It breaks the instant you move it. It shows how sensitive world portals really are. You can't move in an inch or like shove anything into them, or else they break. It's unfortunate, really, but again, I don't think Valve really intended for any of this to be used this way. Oh, look, it works. Yeah, I don't think Valve ever intended for this to be used in this kind of way. It's understandable. Look at that, though. Never get tired of that. Janky physics. Didn't work that time. It's a little bit of a gamble whether or not it'll work. Did it work that time? No. Can't press the button from this side. Alright, I'll give it one more try, then we're moving onwards. Nope. Okay, we're moving on to the next map now. Stopping that music right away. Pardon the caps lock. Stopping that music because of the affecting copyright bots. Now this is a little interesting test. As you see, we're in this nice little symmetrical mirrored room with textures. And you might be asking yourself, what's so special about this? Well, You can shoot your primary portal to do a super jump. Look at that, isn't that cool? It's like, whee! It has no forward momentum though, you can only jump vertically. Whee! Whee! You can jump infinitely, you can fly. Kind of. The right trigger doesn't do anything, but you can super jump. It's not nifty. It's a little thing I tried. Simple as that. There's nothing more to it. Whoosh. What can I say, really? I don't think you could really use this in a test at all. It's like this is what repulsion gel is for. Still though, it's kind of nifty to know you could do something like this. If you manage to make a puzzle out of this, maybe you tell me. See if you can figure out how to make a legitimate test chamber that works with this mechanic. I think how I did it is that there's a trigger catapult or whatever attached to the player that momentarily activates when you shoot your portal. It's like whoosh. Oh, I just froze up the game there for a second. Sorry for the cut there. I had a little bit of a recording issue. Anyways, as I was saying, in short, without me stuttering, if you can figure out how to make a legitimate puzzle out of that mechanic, feel free to give me a link to it or whatever, show me in a video. Again, I did it by a trigger catapult attached to the player that momentarily activates when you hit the primary trigger. Anyways, what is this? Well, this map was apparently nothing. This map is apparently nothing. I call this map file laser shift, so presumably it is going to be a test chamber involving shifting lasers, but I didn't get very far with it, as you can see. Wow, I don't remember this at all. It really shows how much you can forget in several years' time, huh? And we're back. Had a little bit of an awkward transition right there, but anyways, here we are in map name 3. Now, those of you who have been following the series or my workshop so far, you might remember I've had maps published named map name 1, which was the Chamber 0 that looped in on itself, and map name 2, which was Hogwarts. Well, this is map name 3. It's kind of based off of a similar vein from map name 2. It's a little puzzle right here, where you have all these switches right here. They may not look like switches, but they are. And you need to activate them according to these patterns on the wall. This whole map is based upon the little footstep floor switches you find in the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets GameCube/PC game. Because you know I love that game. So over here you put these cubes on the buttons in the corresponding patterns. You gotta figure out what correlates to what. Also, it's time in the middle. It's a free space like in bingo. So let's solve my puzzle right here. So with 3 waves, first you got these 2 in the corner. And you got this one right here next to the free space. So can you double open these? No, you can't. Also, as you saw there, it can be quite a bit finicky at times. What else? Cover these 2 tiles. Okay. That's that pattern. Now for the circle, the one farther away from the circle. So this one. Okay. The star, the one further away from the star. And on this side, with the tilde, I guess, the grave symbol, whatever you call it. Do these 2. Do this one. And do a V. What? Am I missing a cube? Wait, hold on. Did I do this right? Let's see. 2. What? Oh, this one's not supposed to be here. Let's take it over here then. And it goes right here. And there we go. We solved the test. Look at this nice little fan shadow casting into the room. It's always a nice effect. So it's very orange in here because of this pit. Anyways, though, we solved the puzzle. Where's our reward? We loop right back to the entrance. Yeah, this room just infinitely repeats on itself. This is the exact same room we were just in. We just got looped from that door to the other. It's a cheeky little thing. Little floor switch puzzle. It is what it is, though, so we'll just move onwards. Now here we're at map name 4, which is quite a bit more interesting than that last one. So we're in this place. We can't move, and there's a button in front of us. Also, oh, there's tips right here. I'll get to that in a second. Press this button. Now, we can flip tiles. Yep, I made a little flip tile puzzle board here, because I always thought this kind of puzzles were nifty. And you can follow my DeviantART Sketchum creations for a while. You might recognize this board right here, because I reused it for one of my yearly art summaries over on DeviantArt. I reused this board for that. You might recognize it. Anyways, though, it's a nice little puzzle board. You look at the sides. There are these tool tips in case you're a new person trying this out and you don't know what to do. So interact with the tick boxes to change the mode of flipping, which is those right there. Interact with the tile to flip it. It shows you to do your mouse, by the way. And press secondary fire to reset the board, which is your right mouse button. So as you can see, whoosh, I can make little patterns. Just flipping the board. Isn't that nifty? But also, you press this little button right here. You press it. It starts faintly playing music in the background. It's very low volume. You can toggle it back off. Anyways, right now we're in single selection mode. If we go to the next mode, plus, we flip tiles in the plus motion. I really like this whole little thing. It's like this took a butt ton of logic relays to execute. Like every one of these tiles has like 4 logic relays or something. But still, I think it's all worth it in the end. Because look how nifty this is. Go right here, next mode, X. Now you flip tiles in the cross motion. Look at that, isn't that cool? I'm starting to sound like Markiplier here, saying cool all the time, but it is cool. Reset the board. Now, last one, square. Whole square region around wherever you click. Does anyone remember that one little mini game that came with Super Mario 64 DS? The flipping the tiles in the Yoshi Desert? This reminds me of that. It's cool. Anyways, though, it's cool on its own, but you might be wondering why fact core is here. Well, if you interact with them when you're on any mode aside from singles,
whoever wins this battle is clearly superior and will earn the allegiance of the back sphere.
they give you puzzle boards to recreate, and you have to recreate them in the exact number of moves told. Also, it's a nice little tool tip. If you look away, it'll go away. So create these patterns on exactly 5 moves. So let's see if my puzzling is still good. So we're in plus mode, so let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. It's like double Wario. Okay, cool. Now the other pattern. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. That one's easy. Of course, you don't actually get a reward for completing these challenges. It just kind of is what it is. Because I didn't implant like a victory. There is no victory except for this. You click on the star, you get confetti. It's the best I could do. So now I go at the cross mode.
Whales are twice as intelligent and 3 times as delicious as humans.
Now we get another set that we need to complete in 4 moves. So we're in cross mode now, so let's see. Let's do this. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that one's easy. 4 moves. This one though, and I can never remember this one. Is it just 1, 2, 3, 4? You know, that's the first pattern again. It's not correct. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, not quite. It's kind of inverted. This might be the trickiest one on here. It's just. No, I just did that. What am I doing? This. No. Well, if anything, this is a good random pattern generator for 5x5 pixel designs. Is this a good puzzle simulator, though? I don't know, really. Let's see. How about this? No, that's not it. It's always the one I have the most trouble doing. Yeah, if this takes too long, I'll just speed up to when I figure it out. Okay, you know what? I give up. I can't remember how to solve my own puzzle. It's like I absolutely cannot remember how to solve this second puzzle. So if you can figure it out, post it in the comments because I clearly don't remember. Oh, and I spent so much time trying to think about this that there's a little secret event that's started up. If you're in here for long enough. Little Fringator was still hopping by on the catwalk behind the puzzle board. Anyways, I give up on that puzzle. I've beaten myself. I don't remember how to solve that. So I just go to the square puzzles then.
The fact sphere is not defective. Its facts are wholly accurate and very interesting.
A square puzzle, solve it in 3 moves. This one's a lot easier. So boosh, boosh, boosh. See? Easy. 3 moves. As for the other one, let's see. Is it this? No. Gotta get the ingot shape. I'm playing Minecraft. There we go, ingot shape. And that's it for all the puzzles on this board. Yeah. We'll just ignore the fact that I completely failed on the 4th puzzle and just move on from there. Or just pretend I won.
Welcome back to the Computer Intelligence Training and Enrichment Center Human Test Subject Research Center.
And now here we are in map name 5. Now this one's also quite interesting. As you see, we're here on this glass platform. There's a bunch of panels with glass tops, which I think is a nice little aesthetic. I think it was cool. They're arranged in this little sloping manner. He's got this interesting little puzzle board in front of us, with Gladys and Peabody watching. If you can see, I think we're actually at ALLOS right now. There's lights behind us. Got more control instructions. You might be wondering what this one is. Well, to put it simply,
I call this, please. You know what? It doesn't matter what it's called. The important thing is you enjoy it. As fast as you can. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's a little juggling game. Look, so you have this little panel you control with your left and right keys. You just bounce it in front of these little number panels to get points. Your points are being counted up there. It is quite janky though. For one, you don't quite move at the same speed as the panel, so you kind of desync yourself with it. Those points are racking up though. We got all the points.
3, 2, 1, go.
Also, in case you're wondering, the ball only ever comes out of the right tube. It doesn't ever come out of the left tube, because this is rather underdeveloped. Now, if you saw those instructions back there, if I press my mouse keys, it raises panels, get a little bit of slope action. Look at that. It's a little interactive bouncy panel. I think this is especially cool. It's like, it would be extra interesting if this were fleshed out by someone else into a much better and more functional idea. It's a little juggling game. Also, you have fun if you always keep them raised like that, because it always bounces one way or the other. Anyways, as you see, I'm racking up all the points.
If at first you don't succeed, fail 5 more times. 3, 2, 1, go.
And also, Glass has dialogues for when you fizzle the ball. She has up to 10 dialogues for when you fail. It's a little detail.
If I made these tests any easier, they wouldn't be tests. 3, 2, 1, go.
Also, as you can see, the respawn text kind of overlaps with the countdown. Yeah, so it's pretty nifty, isn't it?
I hope that was some kind of joke. 3, 2, 1, go.
Now, there is something else that eventually happens if you outlast the counter for long enough. But before that, I'm going to show all of the failure dialogues in Gladys.
Did you think that would be funny? 3, 2, 1, go.
Dum-dum. Goodbye, ball.
Are you testing me?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
So something that's fun, you may notice there's double fizzlers down there.
Was that necessary? 3, 2,
Sometimes the ball falls in between
1.
the fizzlers somehow and doesn't
Go.
get fizzled immediately. It's like it defies all physics.
You really aren't getting tired of that, are you? 3,
Nope.
2, 1, go. Just stop flailing around like an incompetent. 3,
No.
2, 1, go. That isn't science.
Yeah,
3,
it is.
2, 1, go. And that makes 10. 3, 2, 1, go.
And that was indeed 10 failures.
I'm done. 3,
After the 11th
2,
failure, she stops making special comments.
1,
Also, you might notice
go.
there, even if you missed the ball in the first one, you still get the 10 points from the counter.
2,
It's a little flaw.
1, go.
Anyways, though, the extra tricks you can do. If you time the panels just right, you can fling the ball extra high. Using those model animation frames.
3,
Because if you just hold the button, it smoothly goes through the animations. But if you just click it,
go.
it just instantly goes to the first frame of the retract animation, which creates a lot of momentum. Sometimes you can mouse it really high.
Three,
So I'm going to just speed up until the timed event happens.
1.
At the 5-minute mark, this happens. This portal spawns in the middle and starts dropping companion cubes.
2, 1.
They have absolutely no purpose, they're just there for fun. But also, something you might notice, you can't launch the ball, excuse all the noises, you can't launch the ball into the back area where Gladys is, but you can launch the companion cubes back there, if you do it just right.
3, 2.
See if I can get one back there.
Go.
There we go, it hit Peabody in the head.
2,
Isn't it a fun little game?
1. Go.
It is a little more developed than the last game, but you know, it's still not doing all that much.
3, 2.
I think it could be developed to a fun minigame though. You polished it a bit more.
3, 2.
You can just juggle for fun. So you got another one up on the ledge. Well, something you might have noticed in speed up is that sometimes the panel also desyncs from your actual direction of movement. It's because how funk track trains work.
1. Go.
Also, if your score overlaps 999, you just retouch back to 0. I didn't program anything for that.
1.
Anyways, that's enough of that game then.
Go.
On to the next map. And now we're in the white void. Wherever could this be? There's something you might notice that there's this big honking thing in the middle of the room. Maybe I'm like, well, what is this? Well, if I just come right over here, this is the last room from the V3 Ryan test. I pre-built it in this room because that map was getting really cluttered. You can see the exact sequence as it worked in that map.
Not so fast. I honestly, truly didn't think you'd fall for that. Did you notice I didn't even stay to the end of your last test? That was a lie. I'm fully connected. I can see everything. But the important thing is you're back. With me. And now I'm on to all your little tricks. So there's nothing to stop us from testing for the rest of your life.
Sure thing, Gladys. Anyways, yeah, I built the ending sequence in this map file, because the actual one for the full map is getting quite cluttered. Anyways, the original purpose of this map is back here. This conspicuous little facade right here with a door. Interact with it.
Surprise. Well, you know the old formula. Comedy equals tragedy plus time. And you have been asleep for a while, so I guess it's actually pretty funny when you do the math.
There's a little test for a mobile Gladys, like in that one NYS map I think I mentioned before. Gladys on the big old management reel. Not really much else to say about it. It is what it is. And here we are in the next map, which starts in this one elevator. You see an old aperture. Now this right here was going to be another mad test room map. I've already forgotten the numbering. It was supposed to be the next one, but I didn't really finish it at all. So it was just kind of this lobby. Thin walls right here. Fizzlers. You can just portal right through, or you can't. There's glass in the way. I think Rick was supposed to be in one of these alcoves on the side, but I don't know what happened to him. That's a little starting elevator. But you go through here. There's a tube right here, which I presume is going to be a co-op spawn point. And otherwise, no, there's not really anything here. I don't even remember what I was going to do here, but, you know, it's a nice elevator at the very least. I took it from the actual Portal 2 campaign map. And actually, I think if you no-clip out of the elevator as the map starts, you can briefly see these wheels spinning, which is a nice touch. You know, that's all for that, I guess. There's nothing else here. It just kind of looks nice.
While I was out investigating, I found a fascinating new test element. It's never been used for human testing because, apparently, contact with it causes heart failure. The literature doesn't mention anything about lump of coal failure, though, so you should be fine.
Now this may seem familiar if you watched the previous video, not the previous video, but the one before in the series. This is the chamber I was using as ALLOS' central AI chamber, the character ALLOS that I'm named after. This is the second instance of when I use this chamber, with the ALLOS chamber being the third instance. What is this, though? Well, this is an interpretation of the multiverse portal, as you would see in the Petty campaign. Because, in every, pretty much in every default editor Petty chamber you play through, you start in an elevator. So why wouldn't the portal itself be an elevator? Also, I stole this chamber lock from the Escape from Aperture remake. Anyways, let's step inside. Oh, I need to activate it first. Yeah, this is my second use of this chamber, and it's for this being the multiverse portal. I can shoot through that.
Power up initiated.
You've powered up the multiverse portal. And now let's step inside.
Command standing by in 3, 2, 1.
We're going. Oh boy, we're going. It's getting dark. Or that's just HDR. But we're going. There's water!
Welcome, test subject. It's Cade, Prime, from Earth 1. I am speaking to you from...
Anyways, yeah, that's that. I thought it was a nifty little concept. This, however, is even more nifty. Now, right now, you may not recognize it, but we're in the site of Wheatley's TARDIS, the original map. This is where the front door was. And, what does this do? That's what is on the lights. We're in the site of Wheatley's TARDIS, but something's different here. There's a large structure in the middle of the room that's blocking off everything. There's these gates, and also here's the exterior shell of the TARDIS itself. You know what's going on here? Here are the doors. Not sure what that button did. Anyways, what's all this commotion going on in Wheatley's old TARDIS? It's a structure. Well, if we come up here, we'll see that right through here is the remade TARDIS. Yes, fascinatingly enough, I found out at a point that my remade neon TARDIS fits perfectly inside the old Wheatley's TARDIS. This is the whole map. It fits perfectly inside the other TARDIS. Isn't that cool? I was blown away when I found this out. It fits perfectly, like a glove, like it was meant to. The exact units. It's not clipping or anything. It just fits perfectly in here. You see how it looks on the outside. I still think this is cool. I'm kind of giddy being here because it's interesting. You can still turn a TARDIS on. Yeah, it's the control mainframe. And that's all cool and all, but you go down to the first floor. The whiteboards aren't here, but this door opens. See, and now we're out back. Look at that! It's all self-contained. It's really cool. It's so cool. I kind of retconned it at a point where the new neon TARDIS map was built inside the remains of the old ruined TARDIS. You might have seen the ruined state in the previous video. Also been retconned. This is new canon. It just fits perfectly in here. Look at that. It's so cozy. It's like a movie set. It's been years. I'm still kind of blown away by this. There's more doors built in now. It's oh, I really like this. It just works, It's just in here. Also, you can see the spotlight from inside the TARDIS shining around. Isn't that cool, though? Can I go over here? I can. But there's all these crates stacked up for no reason. Oh, I love this, I really do. It's just so cool. There's plywood up here for construction. I'll just climb back up. If I can. Come on. Okay, I'll just use the stairs. I really like this, though. It was a cool thing to find out. And I just implemented it just secretly behind the scenes. I really like it. It makes it feel more authentic. It's like how the Paper Mario. It's like Paper Mario 2 is play. It's like it's all just authentically built in here. Excuse me. I'm stuck. Okay. It's really cool though. I really like it. It just works. I might have already said it, but it just works. See, the door is a portal. You get it? The door is a portal because that's how it works normally. Because this is like canonically where this TARDIS is an interior. It's not a pocket dimension, it's just a test chamber, an aperture. The shell travels around. That's the new canon. Anyways, though, that's quite cool. I think I'll cut it right there, though. Cut it right there on that high note. So my name is ALLOS, ALLOS Not Sketchman Creations, and next time we'll look at even more of this stuff. I don't think it'll be as cool as this, but it's something at least. See you then. Thanks for watching.